So we've got 7 great steps. We're going to share these with our listeners and readers and viewers because we're on YouTube channel as well, the Jeff Bullas Show on YouTube. So just one last thing, Perry, that you think you would love to share. That's the number one thing that you'd like to leave with our listeners today.
Well, I'd like to leave you with a thought here. You know, everybody in the world right now, you got this pandemic and everybody's like wondering what's going to happen next. Well, I picked this up from a guy named Akhil Patel and his partner, Phil Anderson. And you can look those guys up. But, you know, I was kind of casting about trying to figure out, all right, so what grid should I have for where we are economically? Like, are we going to go into some big recession when this COVID thing kind of works itself out, or what's going to happen? And what Akhil said was, when you're heading into a recession, real estate has crashed and you can't get credit to save your life. Well, so here's the question. Has real estate crashed? And is credit impossible right now? In most parts of the world, no. Okay, certainly in the United States, it's booming. And even like in Europe, it's certainly not hurting too bad, despite all the craziness that's going on. We are in the middle of a 14-year economic upcycle that'll be followed by a 4-year down cycle. And that down is going to start happening probably 2025 or 26. That's not where we are now. So we're going to bounce out of this. Now I'm talking in super, super broad generalities. I'm not going, you know, specific down to any one single industry, but I think it's important to understand where the wind is blowing. So I am not minimizing the damage and the airlines, like all these other industries and problems. It's a big giant mess. No question about it. But for people who position themselves in growing markets and make themselves into stars, which right now is the time to make hay while the sun shines, because like right now we're in these weird conditions. You can do things. There's oranges you can squeeze right now that you will not be able to squeeze a year from now. And you need to figure out what those are. There is opportunity everywhere. Why? Because there's pain and suffering everywhere. Anytime there's pain and suffering, there's opportunity. And that's what I'd like to leave you with. You need to really be sensible about this. And frankly, I wouldn't believe anything that most of the media is telling you, because most of the media is just terrible.